Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another draft analysis. This time we are going into the Mount Silver Draft League season 5 of the Tyranitar division, which is the top div. Got put in there because I did pretty well last season, made it to playoffs, stuff like that. Let's hope I can get a repeat this season, but it's definitely going to be some tough competition. I feel like I drafted a pretty decent team though. I feel like I was pretty late in the draft order, if I remember correctly. So near the back wheel, I do enjoy being near the back wheel a bit. So yeah, it was pretty good. But yeah, I wanted to get. Obviously, I'm not going to get anything super wanted by people, I guess, like the Celesteela or Tapu Koko, those kind of things. I'm being near the back wheel, I'm not going to get those things, but that's alright because first pick I did manage to get Jirachi. I was going for some specific combination of mons to start with. Jirachi into Fable into like Latias or something like that was going to be my core to start with. I got the Jirachi, it made it to me. Jirachi is a pretty cool mon, gets Wish, gets Stealth Rocks, has a lot of coverage moves, stuff like that, base 100s all round, so it can be pretty fast. It can be very bulky or it can be like offensive on either side. Gets U-turn, stuff like that, so it's a good Scarfer. Cool mon in general. I've used it before, and I'm happy to use it again. It's a very good round 1 late round pick, so I will take it. And then when it came back to me, I was going for like some kind of wish core. Obviously, Fable that I said before, I did manage to get that. Being early on the second round helped with that greatly. So between Jirachi and Clefable, it's a pretty good defensive core right there. Fable can be quite annoying to deal with, as can Jirachi as well, so it's going to be frustrating for my opponents to build for sure. And the potential of having dual wishes is pretty nice as well. They can wish into each other and stuff like that. So, Cute Charm, Magic Guard, Unaware, Cute Charm's not a ability, but Magic Guard and Unaware, very, very good. You can run like Magic Guard, Life Orb, or if you want to be more offensive, or you can run Unaware if you want to stop something setting up on the opponent's team. So, yeah, looking forwards to using these two. As I said, I was looking to maybe get like Latias or something as well, a dragon type that can wish. But when it came back to me, Latias had been taken. I didn't really want to go Salamence, so that was an option because that can wish as well. I was going for a bit of a Make-A-Wish core, Make-A-Wish Foundation core. But instead I went for the threat that is Mega Charizard X. Tough claws there, so getting those contact moves, doing some extra damage is going to be pretty nice. But it can also like run special because its special attack is the same as its attack, it's just it gets that tough claws boost on the physical moves, whereas it doesn't get them on the special moves. So, but as you can see, that looks like a pretty scary Steel Fairy Dragon core, which is pretty nice. It was what, 110 points or something like that for this draft. That's like 16, like 15 and 17 or something like that. So yeah, using a good chunk of my points right here, but still, it's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, so next I wanted to get some hazards and just like some straight up damage. So I went for the Mammoth one. The ice type is nice, the ground type is nice as well. it's good combination typings, and it hits really hard. Obviously, I'm building up a bit of a rock weakness here with that Charizard and the Mamoswine, but at least Mamoswine hits those rocks back. Jirachi can help with that rock weakness, and like obviously Clefable doesn't worry about rocks if it runs Magic Guard and stuff like that. So Stealth Rocks are going to be a problem, and the only defogger I have so far is Mamoswine, so I'm going to need to look into that later in the draft. But Mamoswine? Charizard. What one did I say? Who knows? Anyway, Mamoswine is going to be a good addition to this team for sure. Can set up Stealth Rocks for me, can hit things hard with Earthquakes and Icicle Crashes. Got that priority in Icicle Shard, utility and things like Knockoff. So yeah, pretty cool there. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like this team is looking pretty scary. To help with that, get a bit of bulky setup in the Alola Mach. Grounded Poison type as well, can absorb those Toxic Spikes if that's something I have to worry about. Not that it's super not that Toxic Spikes are super threatening to my team at the moment. Jirachi is not affected. Magic Guard Clefable is not affected. Charizard isn't affected pre-Mega Evolution. And we don't have to Mega Evolve first turn in this league, so that is something that I might not have to worry about too much. Though, as I said, Stealth Rocks is still a problem. But yeah, so absorbing Toxic Spikes will be nice. Can Curse with the Gluttony ability there to just do some recycle berry shenanigans and stuff like that. Always annoying to deal with for sure. It's got quite a bit of bulk behind it as well, which is nice. So, especially on the special defensive side. So get a couple of curses, and it can be really hard to break. I've almost been swept by it before. Would have got 6-0'd if I didn't crit it. So that's hopefully something I can do to my opponents sometime during this season. Next up, I did want to get a bit more speed, another Stealth Rocker, and one of my favourite mons in Aerodactyl. It was really cheap as well, like 6 points, so happy to have that. 130 speed, very nice. Decent attack of 105. Not terrible bulk. Not the most useful abilities. Pressure will be good. A Nerve could be useful. Rockhead, not so much, because it doesn't really get anything that takes advantage of that. Head Smash Aerodactyl when, that would be pretty sick. Let's do that. Come on, Game Freak, you know you want to. But yeah, so another defogger here. Another defogger here. Charizard's the other one at the moment. So still need to look for some more reliable removal. I don't feel like, I didn't really get much reliable removal in this. Aerodactyl is the second best, I guess. And then there's one more, but we'll get to that when we get to that. I really like Aerodactyl. It can be quite a threat. A bit of a sleeper threat as well. People don't necessarily prepare for it, but it can do a few different things, so glad to have that on my team. Next up, I still wanted a bit more speed, and I had enough points to be able to get a decent electric type, so I went for the Raikou. I think other options were like Thundy Tea, Xurkitree, stuff like that. I wanted some speed though, so I didn't go Xurkitree. And I didn't want even more Rock's weakness, so I did not go Thundurus. But yeah, Raikou, nice special attacker, decent speed, and just, gonna be good threat there. Got that pressure too, so I can maybe do some pressure shenanigans between Aerodactyl and Raikou, so that's nice. Let's see, what's up next? Grass type, yeah. One of my favourite grass types, really cheap. really cheap, much cheaper than it really should be in my opinion, and that's Gorgeist. It was like 4 points or something. Can be extremely bulky. This is just the stats for the regular form, but obviously you can get the speedier form, the small one, and then there's large and super, which just get bulkier and slower as they get bigger, but all of them can be really useful. So yeah, I like Gorgeist. It's a great mon, one of my favorites, as people that have probably watched a few of my leagues before would know, and I'm happy to have it back here. But once again, still really lacking on the removal. Next pick helps with that a bit, and that's Blastoise. Got that rapid spin. I do like Blastoise as a spinner, so it'll be useful in that respect. Does get decent physical and special coverage, so it can be run either way. Obviously, its special attack and attack are pretty close to each other, so pretty cool there. It gets things like Aqua Jet for a bit of priority, so that'll be cool to use. We'll have to see how much we actually bring it, depending on how much I worry about hazards. But yeah, I'll probably need to worry about hazards a bit, because my team isn't the best at handling them overall in general. I do get something that might force my opponent to use removal, so they might use less hazards themselves, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so 2 picks left after this. Wanted a normal type, I think, just to stop ghost spam, because I mean, I do have that muck, but being immune to ghost is nice as well. And I needed a fighting type. Well, I didn't need one, I wanted one, so I grabbed Meloetta. So I can change into that fighting type if I need. It's when it uses its, what's the ability? What's the move? I can't remember it off the top of my head. It has a chance of putting your opponent's Relic Song, that's it. Relic Song. Using that, changes into its fighting type, gets a nice speed boost there. Can be quite a special defensive wall when in normal form, so that could be quite useful as well. But yeah, so a good ghost spam switch in here, and gonna be a real threat. One of Magic's favorites, but if there's anything on this team that I'd look to replace in the future with transactions, it would probably be Meloetta, but I do like it on the team still. I feel like I could perform pretty well with this team. And last up, I got another mon that I think is a lot cheaper than what it really should be, and that is Masquerain. Got that defog here as well. Obviously the 4x rock weakness hurts it being a defogger, so my most reliable removal is going to be that Blastoise, which is not necessarily the best, but it's not the worst either. But yeah, Masquerain does get like Quiver Dance, gets webs. Intimidate is going to be useful. Definitely something that my opponents are going to have to worry about. So yeah, looking forward to having Masquerain back on my team as well. Yeah, that's my MSL team. I think it looks pretty scary overall. Let me know what you think, I guess. Looking to try and make playoffs again. Staying out of relegation would be should be attainable with this team, I think. But who knows? I tend to do well in one season and then start doing terribly the next season. But we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it. Always enjoy playing in MSL. There's a good bunch of guys and good competition, so it should be fun. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you for the week 1 match soon. So, peace.